Elton John, the Rocket Man, the piano showman, the performer who sold more than 300 million albums worldwide, has always carried two powers: his unmatched musical genius and his razor-sharp tongue. For over 50 years, Elton dazzled audiences with sequined jackets, dazzling glasses, and choruses that became global anthems. But behind all that glamour stood a man famous for something else. He never sugar-coated his opinions. If Elton disliked a band, he didn't whisper it backstage. He said it loudly, publicly, and often brutally. From punk icons to glam rock behemoths, few were spared from his scorching critiques. Some of these conflicts became full-blown wars, dividing musicians, fueling tabloids, and creating decade-long tensions across the industry. Today, here are the 10 bands Elton John allegedly despised, the most: the grudges, the insults, and the stories the industry never forgot. 1. Led Zeppelin. At the top of the list is Elton's fiercest alleged rivalry. He reportedly despised Led Zeppelin's heavy, mystical style, calling Robert Plant's vocals screams without melody, and Jimmy Page's solos self-indulgent chaos. Witnesses claim Elton once told Plant that Led Zeppelin's music would vanish, while good pop songwriting would live forever. Their philosophies on music clashed completely, making this feud legendary. Which feud shocked you the most? Comment below, then hit like and subscribe for more untold music stories. 2. The Beatles. Elton admired the Beatles, but allegedly hated living in their shadow. Sources claim he believed critics worshipped them to the point of ignoring other innovators. He reportedly refused Beatles tribute shows unless he received top billing, saying he wouldn't play backup to a band that hasn't existed in decades. He felt his songwriting catalog never received equal respect, even though he believed it deserved it. 3. Queen. This one hurts because Elton and Freddie were dear friends. Yet behind closed doors, insiders claim Elton often felt overshadowed by Freddie's monumental voice and theatrical power. Their rivalry wasn't hateful, it was emotional, competitive, and complicated. Elton loved Freddie, but reportedly bristled at constant comparisons between them. Queen's operatic experiments, he allegedly said, sometimes crossed into showing off for the sake of it. 4. Guns N' Roses. Elton respected their talent, but allegedly despised their behavior. He reportedly called Axl Rose the most impossible man in music, and refused festival invitations because Guns N' Roses were on the bill. Elton, who later overcame addiction himself, thought the band glamorized chaos instead of focusing on their gifts. He felt they squandered potential by drowning it in drama. 5. The Rolling Stones. Though both are British legends, tension allegedly simmered between Elton and Mick Jagger for decades. Elton reportedly said the Stones should have retired gracefully, calling them old men, pretending to be dangerous. One party confrontation allegedly ended with Elton accusing Mick of performing the same show for 50 years, and Mick firing back about Elton's outlandish wardrobe. Professionally and personally, the rivalry never cooled. 6. Duran Duran. Despite their popularity, Elton allegedly hated their polished, synth-driven sound. He reportedly said Duran Duran's music felt cold, mechanical, and emotionless, like robots programmed to dance. The two acts often competed at award shows, and insiders say Elton grew furious when the younger band repeatedly beat him. He couldn't stand what he believed they represented: image over substance. 7. Motley Crue. Elton reportedly viewed Motley Crue as reckless kids playing dress-up. Their wild, drug-fueled lifestyle disgusted him, and he allegedly criticized them publicly for glamorizing self-destruction. Elton thought their music was simplistic and careless, aimed at audiences who didn't care about musicianship. Friends say he refused to appear at 1,980 Seconds rock festivals, simply because he didn't want his name anywhere near theirs. 8. Kiss. Elton allegedly saw Kiss not as musicians, but as marketers in makeup. He reportedly called them a circus act, pretending to be a band, claiming their costumes disguised weak songwriting. When offered a major collaboration opportunity, rumors say Elton refused, telling his team he would never work with cartoon characters who can't write a decent melody without fireworks. He believed Kiss sold merchandise, not music. 9. Oasis. The Gallagher brothers had opinions about everyone, and Elton was no exception. Sources say Elton felt Oasis songs blurred into one long, repetitive drone. At a British awards show, Elton and Liam reportedly clashed, with Elton mocking Liam's flat delivery, and Liam firing back by calling Elton a sequined dinosaur. Elton thought Oasis rode hype, not skill, and the feud simmered for years. 10. The Sex Pistols. At number 10 sit the godfathers of punk chaos. Elton reportedly dismissed the Sex Pistols as 3 chords and a bad attitude, claiming their music was sloppy, tuneless, and built on shock value rather than talent. Rumors say he refused to attend an award show simply because they were performing. Johnny Rotten and Elton allegedly traded insults through the press for years. For Elton, punk wasn't rebellion. It was the destruction of everything he loved about musicianship.